Welcome to this edition of Transformation Thursday. As always, we are grateful, thankful for this moment. And you're thankful uh, that you have joined us for another edition of Transformation Thursday. Chris, as always, it's great to see you. Uh, Thank you for being a part of this. We look forward to our discussion on today. Chris, when I was younger, uh, usually around this time of year, we would spend countless hours cutting wood for the winter, cutting wood for my grandmother's fireplace. And I can remember carrying these heavy logs from deep in the woods, deep in the forest to the trailer that was usually parked on the road. And I can remember, my uncle and dad telling us to me and my cousin fold your arms, and so we would fold our arms, and they would layer in our arms a few logs, and this was okay because I was okay with the weight that I had. The weight was fine. I could manage the weight. I could maneuver with the weight. And then after a few trips, I got really, really used to carrying this weight, used to carrying uh, the weight that I had, used to carrying my own burdens, if you will. And like many of you, I was okay with my own weights. I was okay with where I was, if you will. As I think about that, I was really okay with just not having. I was okay with a little bit of pain every now and then, and okay with how things was working. I was just okay. But then my uncles would begin to add some additional weight. And it's that additional weight that's sometimes hard for you and I to bear. And it's that additional weight that sometimes causes us to contemplate giving up on our promise and our destiny. It's that additional weight that we carry, that we get in this thing called life, that make us want to abort our mission, abort our purpose. The additional weights of loss and weights of sickness that comes in, weights of uh, outside circumstances, relationships. It's the additional weights that often cause us to stumble. In Luke chapter 23, Simon of Cyrene enters a scene where Jesus has been marched from court to court. He has been whipped to the point of death and marched through the city. He's been mocked and spit on, and now he is stumbling under the weight of the cross. And Simon shows up unaware that his life is about to be changed, that it's about to be disrupted, and that he would be forced to carry not just his weight, but he'll be forced to carry someone else's weight. He had no voice in the matter. He didn't ask for it. Just like you and I, we didn't ask for this additional weight that we got. We didn't ask for this discomfort. We didn't ask for it. And then to add further discomfort to the weight that he was carrying and the weight that was added to him, he now had to carry the weight up a hill. So not only did he have to carry his own weight, but he had to carry this additional weight. And then finally he had to carry up a hill, all while people were watching. And on today, my question and what I want to pose for a discussion is how do we carry not only our own weight, the own weight of our own destiny while carrying added weight? How Chris, I just want to pose this to you. How do you not just carry the own weight of trying to realize success and trying to be significant and trying to be all that God has called you to be and to walk in purpose while at the same time carrying some of the other weights that's added?
All right, here we go. Unconventional answer. Totally unconventional. But if we embody what the possibilities can really be, we carry it with a understandable size of excitement. See, I'm talking about resilience here. This isn't easy. I'm not saying that it's easy.
Uh-huh.
What I am saying here is, man, every day, look, weight is gonna have to be carried, whether you want to carry it or not. How how we deal with the weight
Uh-huh.
determines the the journey of carrying that weight, right? See, sometimes we carry so much weight and so much load, and it burdens us down. And granted, I understand some stuff just is tough, it's heavy, it's weighty. But we have to realize, like, sometimes going through those moments, that it's an opportunity. So check this out. Jesus was struggling with the cross.
Uh-huh.
People watching, the world watching. He's struggling, going. See, you have to be comfortable with people watching, and you have to be comfortable with the struggle, but you know that you have to make it. You know that you have to keep going. But check this out. Check this out. Then help comes. You carry the weight, then help comes. So here's an additional weight for somebody else. But look at the end result. Look, I'm not saying that while he was called to and summoned to help carry, he wanted to, or it was fun doing it, because that stuff could be heavy. But in the end, he got to be mentioned. I got a chance to help the Savior carry the cross up the. So man, look, sometimes when we realize what our big why is and why we are pushing uphill, why we dealing with all the weight, we have to sit back and just be thankful that we get an opportunity to carry it. Somebody today doesn't have an opportunity to carry. Somebody wish they could carry.
Yeah.
Now, look, every time that you look at your situation and in your life, and you start complaining, then the weight only gets heavier. But if you start singing you a song and you start motivating and encouraging yourself, why, man, look, you have an unbreakable spirit. And as long as you have an unbreakable spirit, and as long as you keep on pushing and keep on moving, nothing in this entire world is gonna sight. But you know, that's the song that occurs. That's why I say you gotta have a measurable amount of excitement.
Yeah.
Because when the enemy knows that he can't break you, and the weight isn't gonna break you, you know you're gonna carry this stuff, man, they start looking at it a little different.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing. But you going like, man, my God is amazing. You don't get a chance to shoulder these burdens, because look at, I mean, I want to reach back to Job just for a second, and I'm gonna be done in a minute. But I want to reach back to Job, like the weight that he had to carry with losing wealth, losing health, losing family. That wasn't easy. But if you fast forward to the end of the story and God restored all that he had, He healed him from his hurts. Look, the restoration just wasn't about livestock and land and all that kind of stuff. He gave him children. Yeah, they couldn't replace the other ones, but I have to believe that he gave him healing as well. So that's why I'm saying carrying the weight is worthwhile when you carry it with a measurable amount of excitement and knowing that, yeah, sometimes through the process it gets difficult, it gets tough, but man, you keep your mind in the game, you keep your focus set, and you keep understanding where your strength comes from. Game changer.
Yeah, man, I like that. I felt like you were getting ready to preach for me. Uh, man, that was good stuff. Look, when I was thinking about this text, just really looking at this and thinking about Simon and how Simon, uh, you really, if you look at the text, you look at the Bible, he was an unknown person, but he was positioned to carry the weight. If I wish that could sink in just for a moment. He was obscure and unknown, but yet he was positioned to carry it. He was unaware, but he was positioned to carry it. In other words, it was by divine appointment. So nothing happens by accident. God knew that he would be there, and he knew not only that he would be there, but he knew that he can handle it. That's the exciting part for me. He walked from God brought him from obscurity into a light where people are now focused in on him as he carries
Uh-huh.
somebody else's weight. He was divinely appointed to be there because God knew that he could handle it. And this is for you and I and all those who are watching. God positions us where he wants us to be because he knows you and I can handle it.
Let me interject. This is something that I think about. Like if you buy a pickup truck or any type of safety tool that has a rating, a load rating, right? See, God already knows your load rating. He knows what you can handle,
Yeah.
right? If he knows that he's not going to put it more on you than what you're rated for. So he's not going to put us in a cycle of failure, and he's not going to continue to put us in an exposed position that cause us to break down, even though we have a certain rating and then keep you at that low. See, nothing is designed to stay at maximum stress all of the time.
Right.
Nothing. The human body isn't, materials aren't, you name it. So when you're called out of obscurity,
Mhm.
you have to know that you are rated for success. You're rated for success because he has already put the details into place.
Mm. Yeah.
You can do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
There's no limiter because when he calls you and you have the opportunity, it's just go.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that. You know, I I can recall uh carrying those logs through the woods and even carrying the additional weight. And what was interesting is that when we would make it to the trailer with the load, when we finally get to the trailer with the load, my uncle or dad, they would be there to take the loads or the logs out of our arms and place them in the trailer. And such is the case with God, as you just pointed out. He knows exactly how much you can take. He knows how far he can stretch you, and he knows when to lighten the load.
Uh,
He knows when you've had just enough,
that's it.
and he'll take it from your arms, off your shoulders, and remove it from you. He can lighten your load because he knows just how much you and I can bear. He knows just how much we can bear. I think the important piece for us and is we need to make sure that we are, one, carrying the right weights. If you remember, the Hebrew writer says that you need to lay aside every weight. In essence, he was talking about stuff that's the stuff that you pick up. See, sometimes we pick up stuff that we ought not pick up. And we got to make sure that we're carrying the weights that God would have us to carry and allowing him to lead the way. And finally, we need to make sure that we keep moving. If you watch Simon, he just kept moving. He didn't stop. He kept moving. And it's important for you and I and a listening audience to remember, keep moving. Keep moving.
You know, I can't say it any better than that because it's so important to remember it's about the right way. And that's the way that you gain the excitement around what you're dealing with or what you experience or the load that you're under.
Mhm.
Because the wrong way, that'll break you. Because it's unnecessary weight.
Right.
It's unproductive weight.
Right.
It's counterproductive weight.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, when you're carrying the right one of my favorite motivational speakers, David Goggins, he often says, who's going to carry the boats? Who's going to carry the logs? It's you, my friend. It's you. You're designed to carry it. So do it with strength, courage, and grace.
That's it right there. That is it. And with that, I want you to affirm with me, affirm with us. I can carry the weight. I'll keep moving. Because I can handle what God has given me. I can carry the weight. That's our thought. See you next time on Transformation Thursday.